Motorcycle comfort. Is it really important on a motorcycle? Let's get into it. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share, subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell for all future videos. And don't forget to check out the website, RevelatorAlf.com, for all the latest biking news. So, I got an email the other day asking me about the comfort on a motorcycle, and for longer distance riding, is it really that important? So I kind of replied in a very basic way and said, well, actually, motorcycle comfort for all journeys is really, really important. The last thing you want is to be uncomfortable in anything that you're doing, but especially when you're riding a motorcycle. You don't want to be thinking about, oh, this really hurts, or my arse is sore, or my hips are aching, or my wrists are aching when you're on a bike, because really your focus should be riding the motorcycle, using the controls, getting into the bends, judging where your braking should be, looking out for other vehicles, any other hazards on the road. All the things that we do as bikers, that's what we should be focusing on, and not at how uncomfortable we are on that bike. So this relates to a lot of the bikes that I've been test riding recently, and whether I feel they're going to be suitable for my next bike or the next evolution of my riding, as it were. I mean, it's a very poncy way of saying it, but it's what I'll be doing next. Am I going to be sticking with the bike that I ride right now, or am I going to change for something else? But fundamentally, I have to be comfortable on each bike. Now, some of the bikes I haven't felt comfortable on at all, and I know that I'd have to make changes either to seat height or seat type in order for that to be comfortable. Now, there's always going to be minor adjustments to any bike when you get on it, with the handlebar position, the hand grip distance from you, the seat height, the seating type, the foot peg position, let's say. So there's always going to be things that you as an individual are going to have to look at that bike and say, yeah, I'm going to have to make this minor modification so that I feel more comfortable on it. And it always comes back to how comfortable physically you are, so that you are mentally comfortable to focus on your ride, to focus on operating that vehicle, and also to focus on all the other hazards on the road. Can you handle a little bit of discomfort for short periods? Yes, we can all do that. That's not the issue here. And I'm not saying just because you're slightly uncomfortable on a motorcycle, then you're going to crash and burn and it's all woe is me. No, I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that at the optimum level, you're really talking about how comfortable can you be, and what's the minimum comfort that you require in order to maintain your concentration levels, your focus levels. So if you get on a motorcycle, let's say a sports bike, for example, and you want to ride 500 miles on it, well, for some people, it might be perfectly fine. There's no discomfort whatsoever. However, for other people, yeah, it might be really uncomfortable. It may not be the ride for them. It also depends whether you're going to go solo riding or whether you're going to take somebody on the back with you as well. How comfortable are they going to be on that pillion seat, on that passenger seat? So comfort is a really big thing. Now, comfort also extends into what time of year you're riding, what kind of clothes you're wearing as well. This all adds up, whether you're too hot, you're too cold, whether you can't feel your fingers in the winter, whether it's in the height of the summer and you're just sweating buckets, or you can't breathe very well because it's just so humid. All these variables play a factor in how you're able to focus on your riding. So you want to maintain the optimum level of focus or concentration at all times. But you just don't want to be in pain, let's say. You don't want to be in discomfort. So you're going to have to take active steps to either slightly modify a bike so that it is comfortable for you, or just not choose that bike at all. So I'll give you an example. When I had a Triumph Explorer motorcycle, ADV adventure bike a few years ago, I loved that bike and I was able to go in all different places with it. Fantastic. But what I found was that whilst it was comfortable when I was riding, for extended periods, actually the seat got quite hard. So I got a bit of sore bum. But at the same time, it was quite tall as well. So I'd have to cock my leg over quite high. And because I was always trying not to scrape the seat with my boots or scrape the side boxes with my boots, I found that I had to really lift my leg over. So I was putting my body, my aging body, yes, into a bit of an uncomfortable start. And sometimes I would be uncomfortable during the ride. Now, when I switched to a Harley Davidson, it kind of eliminated that because the seat height was a lot lower. I didn't have to cock my leg over a lot more. So my starting comfort was a lot better. Now, the riding position was totally different as well, so that needed getting used to as well. I remember a few years ago when I had an old Triumph Speedmaster and there was some forward foot controls on that as well. I used to get terrible hip pain and I'd have to stand up on the pegs and just wiggle myself around just to kind of unlock my hips a little bit. And I was thinking to myself at the time, this isn't good. I'm focusing on unlocking my hips as opposed to just riding the bike and enjoying the ride. So it comes down to focus, and it also comes down to enjoyment. If you're uncomfortable, you're not going to enjoy the ride, are you? So when I'm looking at these new bikes recently, motorcycle comfort is a big issue. Getting on and off the bike is a big issue. My foot position, the seating type, the handlebar position, these are all factors. Now, of course, it really depends on what time of year you're going to ride, but wind protection, weather protection might also be a big factor as well. And I ride all year round, so yes, for me, it is a bit of an issue. But in all fairness, it's not a deal breaker either. So there are lots of different levels. And it comes down to an individual. It's purely subjective. I could give you advice and say, you shouldn't ride that bike because you're not going to be comfortable on it. But you might say to me, no, I'm perfectly comfortable on it, or I can accept that comfort. It's whatever works for you at the end of the day. And this is purely on an individual basis, because one person's discomfort might be somebody else's comfort. A younger person may be suited to a particular type of motorcycle or a style of motorcycle or riding position, whilst an older person, because of mobility issues, because of just general older age, might not favor that kind of riding position, and they might want something a little bit more relaxed. But whichever way you go, having that comfort level in the first place and being comfortable on a motorcycle is just going to enable you to concentrate on the ride and just enjoy it a lot more. So you can be very tempted in choosing a motorcycle that looks good, that sounds good, that flies down the road. But when you come to riding it, or you start to live with that bike on a daily basis, you soon realize it's not the bike for you. You should have chosen something else. And this happens on a regular basis. People make a choice about riding a bike, and then within a few months, they soon realize, you know what, this bike isn't for me. Now, there could be a whole host of reasons why that is the case, but motorcycle comfort is a big thing. Anyway, so whichever motorcycle you're going to choose, obviously you're going to have to make sure that that motorcycle suits your riding needs and the journeys that you're going to ride and the distances you're going to ride as well. But a big part of this equation, of course, is motorcycle comfort and how you're going to ultimately enjoy riding that motorcycle. But motorcycle comfort, is it really important? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what I do here, don't forget to like and share, subscribe to the channel, hit the notifications bell, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com for all the latest biking news. And I'll catch you again. Bye now. RevelatorAlf.